Okay, so quick daily review, everybody. So we start as always at 11. So this gives us the opportunity to have like more data to the left and see what price wants to do. Okay, so price following yesterday's review, we're doing lower lows, okay, lower highs. We confirmed this range yesterday, okay. But if you can see, this was actually a higher time frame range, okay. So if you go, or if we go to the 15-minute, okay, we will see that this actually never closed under this, okay, which make this one a target, right? But to be honest, when I was looking at the market at London, I didn't see this, okay. So I was still thinking market was going for this internal liquidity, and then it wanted to drop, okay. But yeah, that's why we start at 11. Okay, let's go to M1 now, right? So we were still in our bearish behavior, okay. And for me, I was expecting bearishness, right? So London, we were printing zones like this. These zones were small compared to this one, okay. So, and also when price closed through it or through them, they closed at once. So for me, I will consider this whole thing a zone, okay. So what price did? Bearish zone. So what price did is they actually mitigated the 50% to the tick, right? And at 11, so we had this down candle that put this high, we broke it, right? Then we mitigate this 50%, and then we create a solid range, okay. So at 11, you could have taken the moneymaker 2.0 or 1.0 for this zone, okay. If you wanted confirmation, right, in this case we had this zone, it was a small zone, so confirmation for it was any close under this body, right? So if you wanted to take like some points like this, you can have entered after we close under this low, right? And you sell the retracement, right? We had this beautiful trend line liquidity into this origin. It was also an unmitigated origin of the move, okay. I won't call it the glitch. Why? Because it's counter trend. And when I told you last time in some video that price, although we are doing this, mitigated the 50%. If we have an unmitigated origin in here, it will cause price to come back. Sometimes they can also sweep this high and then give the trade, okay. So when price reversed at this 50%, and this is a trade T808 took, right, and they held. Okay, so when price reversed here, I was thinking, okay, I need now to see some confirmations of bearishness, right? And we created this bearish zone as well here. So we created this bearish zone. Okay, so price created these internal zones, it respected them, then it broke this big zone, okay? And this was now the SNDR, or this one, you can argue, right? Okay, but this was the whole range, okay? So, for me, as I always tell you, I never trust the first flip. I will wait for this flip to happen. I will wait for them to mitigate the 50%, and I was still waiting. Even this I didn't trust, okay, because it just tweaked. But on the seconds, this was a close, so I didn't trade this one. I was still waiting, but then on the seconds, this was a high probability. Why? Because this was a close. This was a sweep, and then we broke structure here, okay? So, if you wanted to be safe, you needed to track structure, okay? So, what structure did? We had this, okay? So, this was our valid low. This was the close. We retested the 50%. Here, we swept it, and then we close in here, okay? So, we swept here, but we never closed. So, this was still our bearish zone, okay? Okay? So, if you wanted to take something from here, you should have taken it from here, okay? Because this never created a new zone. So we are still in this further zone, okay? So when we close under it, now we validate this whole move as a new zone, which was also a high probability zone by the pattern, okay? And this was the only trade I took today, okay? So high probability sweep zone, I sold the house and sold at the 50%, took my 1-to-1 in 2 minutes, and was done for the day, okay? Now, we closed under, okay? So this was new bearish zone, okay? Now, look closely, because we could have traded this, right? We could have catched this move, but we're not gamblers. We can do much with our setup, okay? So, we are in our valid zone. And I told you guys to stop trading in here. Because to be honest, I was thinking this high will be taken before FOMC into this unmitigated glitch. And this is why I told you guys to stop trading. Because they could have taken this high and then gave all of this. But they didn't, okay? So, they printed higher highs, lower lows, or higher lows, sorry. And then, where was our last protected low? So the last protected low was, this never closed actually. So this actually was the protected low, okay? So confirmation, you needed to close under this protected low. That's like the confirmation of confirmations. But like aggressive confirmation was any close under the last down candle that put a high. So this was the high, and this was the down candle that put the high. Aggressive confirmation was a close above or under this low, okay? So this closed, they retraced into this whole range, okay? You need to be careful in here. Why? Because they could have swept this mini high in here as internal range liquidity and then gave the 1-to-1, okay? But let's say that you didn't see any of this, okay? And this was your protected low, okay? So we closed in here, so we validated internally and externally this range. So we had you could have taken the moneymaker 2.0 or the 1.0 in here, okay? So 666 short, okay? Or since this was actually our last unmitigated zone, so you knew price was going for it into this bigger zone, okay? So this is how you could have catched. Let's see something. Let me see something. So look at this. All five of that range is exactly the 666. So that's why the 666 is really strong, because sometimes it's like nested with stuff like that, and yeah. So the glitch happened as well. So yeah. Okay. So they mitigated this 666 and then they fell, right? So I'm still looking at it live. So we had this trade that I just missed, apparently. So valid zone, we take its high and then we break structure, right? To make this our high probability zone, okay? Yeah, so that's the price you pay when you make videos. I always miss something. Yeah, but no problem. At least I'm doing good stuff, showing you guys how to change your trading. Yeah. Anyway, enough of me today, guys. I hope you enjoy those videos, those daily reviews. Let me know in the comment sections if you guys have some questions. I'll gladly ask or answer them. Okay? See you guys later and ciao ciao. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any futures update. And if you want to dive deeper into the moneymaker setup, check out the playlist that will pop up in the end screen. It's packed with everything you need to get started. Remember, everything I do is free, including our thriving Discord community. Join us and let's keep growing together. Ciao ciao.